Corner, and welcome to a series of speaking with the leaders in the town of Moncks Corner. We are here today with our Chief of Police, Steve Young. We are excited to talk to him today about his leadership style and some of the highlights of the 2023 year through the police department. Steve Young, we are excited to have you as the leader of our police department here in the town of Moncks Corner. Tell us a little bit about Steve Young.
Sure. So a little bit about my background. As far as professional, I've been in law enforcement for about 30 years now. I've had experience I was on the DEA task force. I was a supervisor of a narcotics unit. I worked patrol, investigations, involved in training police officers for a very long time. Currently still a firearms instructor. Education-wise, I have a master's degree in public safety management from CSU, Go Bucks. Personally, I've got 5 children. I have 2 grandchildren. So I am a grandfather now. That's an exciting time. Good time.
Very exciting.
Yes. I've also done other things. I've, been a teacher. I've taught law enforcement before. Even before I became a cop, I worked in a factory. I've delivered pizzas, you name it. So
it's vital for our community to know the leaders of the departments in the town, because they're not only great leaders, but they're great people. And that's why we're very fortunate to have this man at the helm of our police department. So, Steve, we're excited to have you. I know you and I started the same time in 2018. And from the day I met you, I thought, what a great guy that also is a great police officer, and now the chief of police. Is this something that you've ever dreamed of doing? Were you always wanting to be chief of police?
No. So probably I would say about 6 years ago or so, I took a long, hard look at my career and kind of where I wanted to, end my career at. And I was like, I want to be the chief of police. So it was about 6 years ago as I was continuing my education. I picked back up on my bachelor's degree, is something I put off for a long time and went back and got. And then I continued on my master's degree. And it was always in the back of my mind, this is where I want to end up.
A neat story about a great guy that's also a great leader for our police department. I know I've talked to a lot of the people that he has hired, and one of the reasons they state that they've come to work for the Moncks Corner Police Department is because of this man. So thank you for what you do.
I appreciate it.
We're excited for the community to get to know a little bit about you as well, Steve. Let's do a recap on 2023. You had a lot of things that your police department did. And let's begin with your summer camp, because I know it was a very hot item last summer. Tell the public about your summer camp and some of the activities that you all do, and then when and where will this camp be held this summer?
So summer camp last year was phenomenal. I have to give a shout out to Patty Hollins, Lieutenant Richardson, our SROs, Zelda Holmes, our victim advocate. They've really put a lot of time and effort into our summer camp last year. It was 100% funded for every child that attended for free. So that was fantastic, and it was all funded through donations from the community. So hats off to y'all for doing that. We really appreciate it. The activities, we do field trips, we do fun things, like we have the inflatables, jump castles, water slides, dunk tank. I'll be in the dunk tank again this year. But we also combine it with educational type things, like, how to deal with bullying, or, how to resist peer pressure. So it's a lot of fun. It brings the officers together with the children, forming those relationships. Plus, everybody's learning.
I think that's a fabulous idea, because these children need to know that police officers are people, and for you to have this camp. I know some of your SROs come over to our town camp,
yes,
and they do a session on bullying and how to deal with some of the things that these children are having to deal with every day. So continue to watch our website. I know the camp dates this year are June 10th through the 14th. It will be held this year at Fox Bank Elementary, and the online registration will begin sometime late April, early May. So just keep watching the website for that. Kudos for everybody on that camp for such a successful opportunity for these children. Okay, in October, talk to us about your National Night Out. I know this was the first year that your police department did an activity for this. So tell us about your National Night Out this year.
Yes, so National Night Out is a nationwide event that's designed to bring communities and police together and help form strong, positive relationships. This is our very first time this past year was being involved in National Night Out. We had it up at the Market Pavilion, up at the rec center. It was a great turnout. We had all kinds of activities up there. We had a petting zoo. We had face painting, cotton candy, food trucks. We had a pirate ship and pirates out there. So it was a lot of fun. We had a great turnout, and we're looking forward to doing it again this coming year. So it'll be October 1st again. We're sticking with the October date. It's a lot cooler than the heat of August to be having National Night Out, so we're gonna stick with that.
Good. So National Night Out. Y'all continue to follow the website for that information as well. You did a Toys for Tots during the Christmas season, and I believe you had a little competition with our fire department. So share with us about your Toys for Tots drive.
Yes, that was really great. We had boxes up here in front of the police department. We had boxes at the two different fire departments, and we were collecting toys from the community. And we had a little competition. We were joined up with the fire department, and you know, the police and fire they get along great, love each other, work well together. But there's always a little competition there. So we had a little competition, and we end up winning. But really, who ends up winning in the long run are the children on Christmas Day that receive all the toys. We went out Christmas morning and delivered toys to a number of families that were in need in Moncks Corner and the surrounding area. You know, children who may have not had the Christmas that they were looking for. It was a really great event.
What a phenomenal thing to do, and I know those children were overjoyed by the toys that they were handed on Christmas morning. So thank you and Chief Gass and the fire department for doing that for our community, our Low Country's hometown of Moncks Corner. So we are in the squad room, a newly remodeled squad room, which is very nice. And we are in the background. We have a beautiful sign. So what is this squad room used for? And tell us the significance of the sign.
It's primarily used by our patrol officers. They'll come in here to finish up paperwork. They conduct training. They process evidence in here. And we wanted to spruce it up to give a more professional look to our squad room, to bring a sense of pride to our officers and the space and area that they work in. And we wanted something to come up here and kind of highlight the department. And I think the patch turned out fantastic with the backlighting on it. So I think the redoing the squad room was a huge morale booster for the officers.
Well, you walk in and it's very professional in here. This patch is the same patch that's on their officer uniform, so it's really neat. And if you've seen any of the pictures on social media when they do a hiring or any type of recognition, Chief Young will come in and they will do the photo op in front of this. So it's a really nice addition to your squad room. So kudos to you for doing that. And I know your officers are very appreciative of it. To have somewhere, we're doing an interview in here and it's very quiet. So to have a place to come and really concentrate on doing the work at hand. So great job for doing that. All right, so let's talk about some of the fun things that you've done. We've added some new vehicles to the fleet. Not only our Chevy Tahoes that are brand new to the fleet, but we've had some motorcycles that we did a live a couple of weeks ago, and with some new logos. So elaborate a little bit on your new vehicles and your motors and the logos that are on that and why those are so important.
Okay. The first time going to the Tahoes was this year. It's a much larger vehicle, so the officers that are out on patrol, I mean, the vehicle is their office. So it's much more comfortable. They can put a lot more gear in the back. They store a lot of gear in the trunks. So we got the Tahoes, and we decided we got a new vehicle, but let's go with a new design. So this was really a collaborative effort throughout the department. We had officers of all ranks involved in the process for putting together the design. We added several revisions of it, and what you see out there on the Tahoes, and now we're putting it on the newer Explorers too, is the current design. Some things that really stick out on it is on the back quarter panel, you see the 2 stars. That's in remembrance of our 2 fallen officers that died in line of duty in 2007, Stiles and Wells. We've also got the QR code in the back that'll bring you straight to the department's website. And like I said, we're transitioning it to the newer Explorers also.
Talk about those motorcycles.
The motorcycles, just a very popular topic, the motorcycles. Well, what we did was we used to have just one officer on a grant position that worked traffic. And we took a look at our traffic collision data. So we pulled together about 3 years worth of data, that gave us the hard facts and figures to show we've got a problem with collisions in town. Traffic collisions are a serious issue. And most of them are up and down Highway 52. So it's 52 in top 5 locations, 52 in Cypress, 52 in Fox Bank, 52 in Reed Hill, 52 in Red Leaf, and 52 in Old 52. So we've got this data to show we've got this issue. We need to address it. We need to expand our traffic team. And what a better way than to do it with the motorcycles. So we were able to get 2 new positions, and we were able to purchase the motorcycles. Once again, another collaborative effort amongst the officers of coming up with the design and revisions to finally put together the motorcycles. And it's shout out to Sergeant McCain too. He put in a lot of work into getting the motorcycles purchased, getting them together, the equipment for the traffic officers. Officer Hobart has really taken the lead on this as far as the training and getting the motorcycle unit going. So it's going to be it's a fantastic tool. They're doing a lot of training right now. They have a class coming up in March, a 2-week certification class. It's probably, from what I've told, it's one of the most difficult classes in law enforcement to complete. And they're out there training on them right now, plus they're out addressing our traffic problems.
Yeah, it's a really neat addition to our traffic unit. These guys are out here weekly training on these motors, and they partner with Berkeley County Sheriff's Office and do a collaborative training. And I know one of the neat things is they've got it's kind of like a saddlebag, but a compartment in the back where they can pull out a computer, and it is all inclusive. They can do everything right there as far as writing the tickets and sending all the information back to the office. Yes. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes, they got a laptop in the back, a special laptop. They have scanners, printers. They have a hotspot back there to transmit data. They can do everything right there from the back of the motorcycle. And
they wear a microphone so that all of this is hands-free. So
yes.
Don't think that they're talking to people as they're driving, but they've got a microphone where they can talk to the department on the fly as
yes,
well.
Yes, and the transmit button is right there on the handlebars.
It is a really neat thing. So we're excited about all of our new vehicles and motors. If you see them in these new vehicles and on the motorcycles, go up to them and look at them. And you talk about the 2 stars of our fallen officers. I know in March we're going to have something at the depot, just to let people come and celebrate the lives of these two fallen officers. And again, that will be on our website as well. And we want the community to come and share a day to just celebrate the life of those two gentlemen who will never be forgotten because they were killed in the line of duty. So we will have that more on the website later on. Let's talk about the new people that you have been able to recruit to come to the town of Moncks Corner. I know not long ago there were times where you would have a shift of 2 officers to cover our entire community, and that is no longer the case. If you drive down 52, it is not uncommon now to see police officers all up and down 52 and all over town, when several months back that was not the case. Y'all were very low manned, and so now we have been able to recruit and retain and gain very valuable police officers on your squad now. So yes. How has that happened?
It has been fantastic. We've been able to hire about 15 certified, experienced police officers since July. So we only have 2 positions open right now. We have multiple certified officers who have applied, and so we're able to kind of pick the person that is the right fit for the Moncks Corner Police Department and for our community. So it has been fantastic, and the word is really spreading about the Moncks Corner Police Department. I think one of the biggest things that is bringing people here is good leadership. We care about the officers. We care about developing them, helping them be successful. And I think that also translates out to how they serve our community. Because if an officer is valued and they know that their leadership cares about them and wants to develop them, they're going to go out there and give our community the best service. And I think it's a key component. It's servant leadership.
I think all of us here at the town will agree that it is a testament to our leader. And Chief Young, that is you. And I'm going to just toot your horn again, because I have seen people come in here and they work diligently because they have a fine leader that is proud of them, that motivates them, that gives them positive feedback. And you all know as well as I do, if people believe in you and they are positive and you have a positive work atmosphere, things are just going to be great. And so we appreciate what you've done to hire these people and to retain them. They seem to be so happy when you walk through here. Of course, it is not an easy job. I don't know how you all do what you do, but we thank you for what you do to keep our community safe. So
well, thank you. I actually, one of the ways I kind of keep track of, how the feelings are in the department and how the officers feel about the agency is I do like an anonymous survey every year. So I started this when I was the interim chief, and I just sent out another one. And one of the questions, of course, I look at, how can we improve as an agency and provide better service? But I also ask people, why do you work at the Moncks Corner Police Department? And repeatedly, we're a family. We work well together, very cohesive group. The leadership listens, and that we truly care about them. So those are great things to see and to hear, and we're going to keep that going.
That is important. And the word team, together, everyone accomplishes more.
That's right.
And you are truly a team. Your officers are a team, as our entire Moncks Corner workforce. I mean, I think we've got a good group right now. And I'm very fortunate to say I'm a part of this Moncks Corner department, and not police department, but I'm in the recreation, and I think
we all work together.
We have a great working relationship with each department, and I think that is unusual. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for your officers.
Thank you.
While we're talking about new hires, let's talk about we have a new full-time mental health clinician, Ms. Kayla Bennett. Her position was funded and supported by Berkeley Community Health. And she is now full-time and has an office right here in your police department. Tell us a little bit about her and her role with your department and what she's going to bring to Moncks Corner.
Yeah, it's very exciting to have a full-time mental health clinician right here embedded within the police department. You know, in the past, if our officers encountered somebody that was suffering some type of mental health crisis, they would have to respond out, assess the situation themselves, determine if they believed to qualify for a call to mental health, call mental health, wait for mental health clinician to come out to them, and then have them do the assessment. Now when our officers get a call, Kayla can go right out with them. She's out there immediately assessing the person who's suffering some type of mental health crisis, and she can make a determination on what kind of resources they need, and we can get them the resources immediately. She's also working hand in hand with our victim advocate for any of our victims that may need some type of mental health counseling. She'll be doing mental health counseling right here for people in the police department. It's a fantastic asset. She's also going to be providing training to our officers on how to better deal with people suffering mental health crisis.
I think that is a fabulous hire, and we are very fortunate to have that position afforded to us here in the Moncks Corner Police Department. So we've talked about a recap of 2023. One of the things that y'all have talked about incorporating, and I believe we're going to put it live on Friday on our website, but you talked about holding citizen self-defense classes.
Yes. So this is something that I've been passionate about. I was a long time defensive tactics instructor for police officers, practiced martial arts myself, and this is something, you know, self-defense is something I'm passionate about. So one of our officers, Detective Null, went to a class recently to get certified as a civilian self-defense instructor. So he's going to be hosting March 23rd. It's about 2 hours on a Saturday. He's going to be hosting a self-defense class it's going to be ladies only for the first month.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. So ladies, go to our website. There will be a link that you will be able to register. It is at no charge to our citizens. Yes. And again, it is ladies only, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in our courtroom here at Town Hall, 118 Carolina Avenue. And it is open to the first 20 who register. So again, on Friday, that link will be live. So let's go to some new things that are happening. You published your first crime report in 2023.
Yes.
What were some of the findings on that report?
So we sat down and did an analysis of our historical crime data going back at least 10 years and took a look at any trends. What did the police department do? Did it work? What was working? What isn't working for crime? And we ended up publishing that in 2023. And I'm actually working on the revised version. Probably see that come out on our website sometime in the spring, taking a look at 2023. But one of the things we did find were there was a couple of areas in town that seemed to have historically and currently have higher crime rates than other parts of town. So we developed a strategy to try to address this, and it consists of directed high visibility patrols in those areas. So each officer on every shift is assigned a certain amount of time that they have to spend in that area being highly visible with their cruise lights on, riding around the neighborhood. They can also go out and walk around on foot, interact with people in the neighborhood, but it's being there and being present and being highly visible to try to deter crime and bring those crime rates down. We've also combined this a little bit with another initiative we have, but if I can talk about that, our neighborhood walk and talks. So when we started up this initiative in these neighborhoods, we went out and walked around door to door, So not just the patrol officers, myself, command staff were out there knocking on door to door, talking to people in the neighborhood, asking them, what their concerns about crime were, how we could help them, and also letting them know that we're going to be out in their neighborhood and expect us to see us out there quite a bit more. We have also continued this throughout the town, the neighborhood walk and talk. And the idea behind it is that we are out there making some positive interactions with the public. I don't want them to, the first time you see a police officer, you meet one of our police officers, to be getting a traffic ticket or a wreck or some type of bad situation. I want the first time you meet one of our officers to be a positive interaction.
Yeah.
If you think about when you have a problem or issue or something you want to talk about, you usually go to someone you know. Somebody you trust, and that's somebody you know. And I want the officers to get to know the community members, so they feel much more comfortable.
I think that is such a great initiative that you have instilled. I think you're right, because they are out and about, and people see them as not only out there taking care of the bad things that happen, but to promote the good things. So if you see a police officer out and about and riding through your neighborhood, wave at them, thank them, just smile and give them a wink, because they are out and about trying to keep the town of Moncks Corner safe, and we appreciate everything y'all continue to do to keep us safe.
Yes. And don't be alarmed if one of them knocks on your door. So that's part of the initiative. As we go around, we knock on people's doors. We talk to them out working in their yard. Some people are alarmed when the police are knocking at the door. It's like, oh, this is a good interaction. We're just coming up to see how things are going in your neighborhood and how we can help you out.
Wow, what a great neighborhood initiative that you have gotten. Y'all, if you have not gotten the feel that Chief Young and his group is working very hard to be in the community, be visible, I think it's important to know that, because they're not only the ones that go to your wrecks and to things that are happening bad, but they're also the ones that are positive in our community. And we are very fortunate to have a group of young men and women that are out doing positive things in our community. So we will continue to thank them, hopefully, and we appreciate everything that you've done. I know that you have a form on our site, on our police patrol page, a traffic complaint form. If there's something that is happening in their neighborhood, they would fill this form out. How does that happen, Chief Young?
Yeah, if you have any traffic problem or a speeding issue or something like that in your neighborhood, just go onto the website, fill out the form. The form will be submitted to us, and we'll get it out to our traffic unit. It's all about communication and keeping the open lines of communication with the community so we know what's going on. It was kind of like the crime report that we put out. You can find that on the website. We put that out there to share information so the community knows what's happening. So,
yeah, and we appreciate that. Again, we are here with Chief Steve Young, who is a very positive leader in the police department here in the town of Moncks Corner, your Low Country's hometown. Chief, we appreciate your time today. I hope that our community has not only learned of some of the activities that are going on in our police department, but have gotten to know you, Steve Young, the person, and the reason that our police department is hopping right now and people are wanting to be a part of our police department is because of the leadership and the positive aspects that you bring to the town of Moncks Corner. So, Chief Young, we appreciate you. Moncks Corner, we hope you have enjoyed this interview, the first of many from the leaders of the town of Moncks Corner staff. And until next time, Moncks Corner, have a fabulous day.
Thank you.